can say is she's become much more comfortable with riding through town. She holds the road. She knows how to kind of stay in a line, watches carefully for stop signs. We have a very pretty morning on the trail. So far after leaving Williamsport, the C&O has been smooth and just really pretty. We have reached Big Slackwater. Here we go. It is awfully pretty, boy. Isn't this cool? Well, we made it to Dam 4. What do you think? Don't bike off the edge. There's Rara. Dam 4. So I'm actually in the lead right now, which is kind of rare. I am not typically the front of the train. We're heading towards Shepherdstown for lunch, less than 4 miles. So we're in Shepherdstown, 12 miles from Harpers Ferry. I didn't record as we were coming up, purely because it was up and I couldn't breathe pulling the trailer. You go back on the nicest trail up switchbacks to the bridge, crossover. It is about a solid mile into town, into those shop districts. Probably the cutest, most quintessential town that we have been in yet. Lots of dining options, lots of shopping options, great bookstore. We were happy. Shepherdstown, over the bridge. And so now we're about to head down the switchbacks to pick up the C&O trail on the other side. On this side of the Potomac. I'm excited to be in Harpers Ferry today, ready to be done with the bikes. But even though it took us a little out of our way, this was a well worth it stop because River is much more recharged now. River flew up these switchbacks earlier. I don't know if you could see well in the video, but the trees are wrapped in ivy. It's English ivy. It looks like something out of a fairy tale. They're really cool. Some of them start to form umbrellas in the canopy over the trail. It's pretty neat. It's a cool section between Shepherdstown and Harpers Ferry. We are Ferry, West Virginia. We are less than 2 miles out on the trail. I know getting up and in to Harpers Ferry is interesting. Is what I think I'll call it. So we're gonna see how this works, especially with multiple trailers and some small children. Stay tuned. She's leading the way again. It was supposed to be 38 miles today. It ended up being 40 as of now, and we still aren't to our B&B. So, you know, we were off a little. Welcome to Harpers Ferry. So if you're staying in Harpers Ferry or visiting, this is the way up to the bridge over the Potomac into town. So when you just have, yourself on a bike, oh my gosh. Did that train just go by him?
Yeah. He lost his shit.
So, aside from the train distraction, as I was saying, there goes our passenger train off in the distance. This is the staircase to go up. So we are carrying all bikes, all trailers, all gear. Kids are waiting at the top. We're kind of going back and forth together. One day our kids will be like, then there was this time our parents took us on this bike trip and had to haul all the bikes up spiral stairs. They are, dear. So here we are. We have carried up all bikes and trailers. We are now walking across. You cannot ride across this bridge, you must dismount. And obviously it's narrow, so for safety's sake. And I won't lie, it does actually feel good to be off the bike and walking. So the river is really wide here. Coming into Harpers Ferry, it's very pretty. Sawyer's hoping another woo-woo will pass. I think I just want to remember how little they were when we did this, more than anything else. I mean, we haven't had a day of tears, except I crashed this morning. River bumped into my front wheel and took me out. That's another story. But we haven't had a day of tears otherwise. There's been no whining. I mean, this morning we said that, she only has 2 more days of biking after this. And she got upset and said, oh, I'm gonna be sad to not be on my bike. That means a lot. She's 8. Okay. Even this little guy, he's excited to see where we get to each day. He enjoys the along the way. He's 3. Just want to remember how little they were when they did this. So just a quick tour of Bay Farms Bed and Breakfast. It's on this wonderfully adorable street in Williamsport, Maryland. So come on inside. Oop. So once inside, there is this wonderfully welcoming common space. So much light, bright, airy feeling. The host has some trinkets, some games, and then some little lotions, soaps for sale. So many brochures and information books, which are very helpful. All of the rooms are upstairs. There is laundry service for bikers, as well as some, first aid staples for bikers who roll in. Through the kitchen, we had a full breakfast service. Probably one of the best continental breakfasts I've come across, as far as just accessible and so many options. Better yet, healthy options. We've been on the trail for, this is day 7. And one of the biggest struggles we've found, especially in these small towns, is you can hit a ton of pizza joints or fry food joints, gas stations, convenience stores. But to find fresh fruit, granola, healthy staples, we often have to go either far out of our way to find a grocery store more on the outskirts of town, not on the main strip, or we're just doing without. And it's kind of unfortunate when you have small kids. So I've really appreciated the variety for the continental breakfast. I'm going to take you upstairs quick and just show off 1 or 2 rooms. So the entire place just has so much charm. It's welcoming, it's inviting, it's been comfortable. Love it. Lots of light in the rooms, which is nice. There's also a 3rd floor, which is where we stayed last night. And yeah, it's been really nice. So thank you, Bay Farms.